On that breaking news right now, we have confirmed that a pedestrian has been killed by a train in Madison. Sky 5 was over this scene about 20 minutes ago for us and shot these pictures. We have calls out for more information. As soon as we get more details, we will pass them along to you.
Some other breaking news we've been watching throughout the morning. Police are now investigating several violent carjackings overnight. They need your help tracking down the suspects. News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley has been live for us at North Police Precinct. And Cuthbert, police at first thought these things may be connected, but now that doesn't appear to be the case.
Steve, yes, that's what police tell us this morning. We learned of these around 3 this morning, and that's when they thought that these were connected. And now they say they're not, which makes this violent carjacking even more frightening. The first carjacking happened here at the SunTrust ATM on Jefferson Street early this morning. The victim told police he was just sitting in his car when a man came up, pulled out a gun, and demanded money. But that's not all the suspect got. He ended up forcing the victim out of the car and then drove off in that victim's blue Ford van. The thing with this, though, Steve, is there are not any good descriptions of this suspect. But then just a few minutes later and just less than a mile away, another carjacking happened. Different suspect, but a very similar story. A man was stopped at a stop sign when the suspect jumped out in front of the car, pulled out his gun, and then forced that victim out of his car. This happened at 21st Avenue and Osage Street, just off of D.B. Todd Boulevard. The suspect in this carjacking ended up driving off as well, this time in a black Mazda 3. So again, not a good description of this guy, but police, of course, do have the vehicle descriptions, and that is helping them trying to locate these suspects, but they haven't found them just yet. So if you know any information or where these people may be hiding out, give police a call. Crime Stoppers is the best way to do that, and that number, as always, is 615-74-CRIME. And perhaps the only bit of good news from the story this morning is that the 2 victims are okay, even though guns were involved, that there were no serious injuries. We're live at the North Police Precinct this morning. I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
Thank you, Cuthbert. New this morning, a man turns the tables on 2 would-be robbers, sending one running and the other to the hospital. The man told police he was on Lewis Street when the 2 juveniles tried to rob him about 10:15 last night. Instead of handing over his wallet, the victim pulled a gun and started shooting. One was hit and taken to the hospital, but is expected to be okay. And the robbery victim is not facing charges for the shooting. Police are still trying to track down the other juvenile this morning. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers, 615-74-CRIME. And we now know the name of the man shot and killed inside his truck. We're told Jose Luis Morales Rodriguez was found on Amelia Court Saturday night in the Antioch area. Investigators have interviewed a man believed to be with the 23-year-old at the time of the shooting, but so far no charges have been filed.
The 4th of July celebrations in Nashville took a dangerous turn after a couple of people, including a 9-year-old girl, were injured from bullets. Well, police say the little girl was watching fireworks Saturday night near the intersection of 1st Avenue South and Korean Veterans Boulevard when she was hit in the back by a bullet. She said she felt a pain and somebody apparently had shot a gun into the air. The bullet came down, hit her in the back. A couple of hours later, a man was hit by a bullet in the parking lot of Nissan Stadium. Both the little girl and the man were taken to the hospital, but they are going to be all right.
2 people are dead, including a 17-year-old boy, after a tragic accident at Kentucky Lake. Now, according to the Kentucky New Era, Alan Reed was trying to swim across the Old Bay area in Marshall County. This was on Saturday when his family heard him shout for help. By the time they reached the Hopkinsville teen, he was already underwater. The teen was taken to Vanderbilt Medical Center, but they were not able to revive him. And that same day, a woman drowned while boating with friends on the Tennessee side of the lake. We're told Melina Thornhill fell in the water near Cypress Bay in Henry County. She was taken to the hospital but did not survive. We're told neither victim was wearing a life jacket.
A fire forced a family out of their Laverne home. It happened around 6 yesterday morning along Keith Drive near the Hurricane Creek recreational area. The family was able to make it out safely. The home, though, as you can tell, is a goner. A neighbor's home also suffered some heat damage because the blaze was so intense. What sparked that fire, they still don't know. They think it's something either in the kitchen or maybe the garage.
The wet weather caused many cities to postpone their 4th of July celebrations, unfortunately. Brentwood took advantage of the drier skies last night. Families came out to watch fireworks go off at Crockett Park. Several other cities postponed their shows to later dates. We have the details for you on newschannel5.com. But rain didn't stop the largest fireworks show in the U.S. However, the wet weather did mean smaller crowds at Let Freedom Sing. 300,000 people were expected to attend the show, but Metro Police say probably more than 150,000 braved the rain to watch the fireworks go off. Team USA bringing the World Cup home.
Yeah, a lot of fireworks after this victory last night. The American women beating Japan in last night's final 5-2. The team that beat the U.S. back in 2011. Carly Lloyd scored 3 goals within the first 16 minutes of this game, earning her the Golden Ball trophy. We have highlights coming up of the match in sports. An incredible video from the Coke 0400 in Daytona last night. Even if you don't love NASCAR, watch this. As they cross the finish line, there's a massive crash, and that's Austin Dillon right in the middle. He goes airborne. His car goes into the catch fence right there. It's on fire. A lot of people holding their breath. The crews raced to the car, fearing the worst. Austin gets out of the car, walks away, waves to the crowd. Man, all cars should be built like this. The race did not end until just after 2 o'clock this morning after rain delayed the start until nearly midnight. Dale Earnhardt Jr. pulled away with the win.